today's book, Discourses by Epictetus. I hope I said that right. What I like about this book is it's not cookie cutter. Like most of philosophy, most of the stuff you read, it's pretty basic. It's like, oh, if you think of things in this way, then you can get a better result. Like, I don't want to read that. And I was very much surprised because when you think of Stoicism, you think of Marcus Aurelius, and you know what? I read Meditation. I liked it, but it's not the end-all be-all when it comes to life. It's not something that like has very much depth to it. Like just because Joe Rogan read it doesn't mean it's the greatest book of all time. But honestly, this one surprised me. There's so many just gems in every single page, and it's just the overarching theme is that when you stand on something, when you stand on your beliefs, that is greater than any other thing that someone can do to you. And if you always uphold your morals first, then nothing in the entire world can damage those things. Like he constantly cites Socrates. He constantly brings up the way Socrates died. And if you don't know the way Socrates died, I will explain it really quickly. Basically, Socrates was teaching the youth on how to just think, how to think for themselves, how to actually go about pondering things, asking the why, asking the deeper meaning. And because of this, the leaders of Athens, they were like, nope, you gotta go. And they basically offered him a deal. They're like, you can stop teaching, you can stop doing all these things, we'll send you in exile, but you need to stop teaching the youth to rebel, stop teaching them to go out and think for themselves, because we need soldiers, we need worker bees, we need people to listen to us and listen to the system. We don't need free thinkers, we don't need free thought. And Socrates was like, fuck that, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and if you don't like it, you're gonna have to poison me. And that's what they did. And Epictetus saw this as the greatest act of a human being. Like when your beliefs are so powerful that you're willing to sacrifice your life, you really had something there. You really had something that nobody else could take away from you. And isn't that what life is about? And it's truly an inspiring book. And the reason I picked this up was because I was reading Meditations, and Marcus Aurelius literally cites Epictetus as one of his biggest inspirations. And honestly, if you're looking for something to read, and if you're looking for something that's more, it's not just philosophy, it's also theology at the same time, because he talks a lot about God. He talks a lot about the oneness of everything. And if you view each and every situation as a positive, that's what it is. And it's all about how you frame things in your mind that makes it affect you or makes it not affect you. And if you can always focus on the reality of things, it's very hard to stay upset. Like, let's say you lost a job. You can look at it and say like, well, you know, I'm not gonna have this money, I'm not gonna have this, I'm not gonna have that. Or you can just say like, you know what, I didn't even like that job. Why am I upset? Why am I this? Why am I that? Like, now I can go out and chase a better job. Now I can go out and do this. And it's the way we frame things in our mind that will always make the biggest difference in our life. Like, if you're not willing to just make a simple change in just the way you think, like, I don't know how you're gonna go through life, because we can look around the world, everything's so negative. The news is horrible. Everyone's complaining. Oh my God, life is so hard. This. Like, people are walking around and they are their own worst enemies. When you frame things in your mind negatively, that's all you're gonna see. And it's through reading books like this that I'm able to transfer my consciousness into a negative form to a positive form. And if you want a good read, I'm telling you, pick up this book. It's about, I think, 250 pages. It has some gems of quotes in it, and it's really interesting to see, because we've seen Socrates, we know his story, we've heard how people view him, but this is one of the greatest philosophers who ever lived, basically honoring him for 250 pages, and this is his only surviving work. So it's pretty interesting to see. So go ahead, pick up the book. The link will be in the description. On top of that, join my Discord if you're interested in getting in contact with me, if you want to listen to or see the other books I'm reading. And on top of that, I have a mental alchemy course I just released. It's only $1. It's probably the best thing I've ever done, and it's all about teaching you to turn the negative into positive, change every situation into a good situation. Because if you have a million good situations and no bad situations, you're gonna live a great life. Thank you so much for being this far. Go ahead and check out all those links. Thank you so much. Peace out.